Welcome to Expert Branding Do-It-Yourself, the complete guide to writing your book, getting reviews, interviews, and establishing yourself as an expert. This is designed mostly for mentors, but experts or people wanting to build their brand in other fields can use it as well. The first thing we want to look at is the core problems that mentors or people trying to establish themselves as experts face. And these are fourfold. One is establishing your expertise. Two is creating social proof. Three, getting out of obscurity. And four, marketing, and then going beyond that. So this is going to be the roadmap. So we have these 4 points. I will go into each of these points specifically and kind of expand them a little bit throughout this video. Now, I am going to keep everything kind of shorter in this introductory video and more of a summary. And the reason I'm going to do that is because if I were to do full training from beginning to end, it would be maybe 15 hours all in one video. I don't want to sit down and record for that long. You don't want to watch for that long. Nor do you want to be sorting through the things you know and the things you don't know. Everybody's got different fields where they're already familiar. They've already started. So at the end of the video or at the bottom, or if you're already on the website, there will be links that will access the rest of the content. And so we will have a video for each topic specifically, which will be a training video. There'll be templates and outlines for you to look at or to copy paste into your own documents to work on. And then there will also be a live client performing it. Not so much as we're streaming it live constantly, but whether we've recorded a client going through this process so that if the training video is unclear on any point, you can then see someone actually doing this process. And you will be able to hopefully pick up everything you need there. We always want to welcome questions or comments or anything so we can make these training videos more effective. So again, this one is just a summary. So we want to outline everything you're going to need to do, walk you through the training, and then in the video, in this video itself, I'm going to walk you through the very first step in creating your book, which is what we'll talk about a lot here. So this is the outline or roadmap to launch your mentoring business or establish yourself as an expert. Right? So let's get started. So the first thing is establishing your expertise is you need to write a book. You want to publish it. You want to make sure you're releasing an audiobook as well, because that is a really powerful tool for leveraging interviews and generating reviews for your topic. The second thing you need to be doing is developing a program that is very clear and has a lot of literature, images. There's a presentation behind it. And in the training video for the program, we'll go a lot more into detail. But the most important thing about this developing a program is that in the first step, people feel like you're helping them. So this video, I'm going to show you how to get this book done in 1 week. That is what we do for our clients from Monday to Friday to have a finished book. If you follow the steps we're going to outline here. So as far as establishing your expertise, this is the top 100 paid bestsellers in happiness on Amazon. And seeing these books here, I don't think anyone questions the expertise behind the people who have written them. They have written a book, it's a bestseller, and you can see they've got tons of reviews. Here's the interesting thing. This book has only 30 reviews, and yet it is still on the top of Amazon. They are still selling like crazy, even with only those 30 reviews. So this is where we talk about social proof. This is proving that other people like the material you have. So we have reviews, which is on your book. We want to generate them for the program. We have testimonials. Now, I make a differentiation here between a review and a testimonial, and the testimonial is there to address a specific concern or specific problem that people have. And so as you work through your program and with individuals, you'll collect these stories. People have a concern about buying your book or buying your program. And as you work to resolve that concerns, you'll create a story, just a short little thing, and that will become a testimonial. So we'll talk about more of that when we in the social proof videos. And then, of course, interviews. Podcasts are great for interviews because they have very specific audiences. There's so many of them. They're desperate for interviews. Now, here's the thing with them. They want quality interviews, and they spend a lot of time trying to get those. If you can present yourself in a way that you look like a quality interview, you will be booked on so many programs so fast about your product or your book. And so we are going to do a special training on that. Like I said, every point here, we are going to do special trainings on making sure that we cover all the details and walk you through it very clean and easily. So again, reviews here, as you can see, this helps establish this guy as an expert. So I picked this guy because there is nothing else on the internet to prove he is an expert. He's got a ton of reviews and a top-selling book on Amazon. So we'll come back to him in just a minute. And then, of course, you need to get out of obscurity. Interviews will help with that. We'll talk about blogging, the kind of where you can get material for your blog. We'll talk about building your SEO so you're easier to find on the internet. In fact, we'll even talk about how to put you on the front page of Google. We will talk about building your email lists, cross-promotion, social media, and everything. So, again, here we are in summary. In the training videos, we go specifically there. So here, if you can see this guy, this is the front page of Google. You type in his name, and you can see all of these things. The interesting thing is he's not posting these videos. These are interviews he's done with other people. So again, you see that power of interviews as a way to launch you into the front pages of the internet where you're easy to find. And then, of course, we're going to talk about marketing, and it is a big animal. There'll be many videos for different platforms and different techniques and tools. And so we will talk about marketing. We will break down statistics and different platforms and help you work your way through all of that. So let's go back to the beginning of what I was saying, because I promised I'm going to teach you in this book, in this intro video, how to get that book done in a week. And the very first thing is, this is how you're going to establish your expertise. Your book is your business card. It is evidence that you know what you're talking about, that you're organized and you're driven. And those are the people that you want to find. That's who clients are looking for. Now, the great thing about having a book out there is most people spend the majority of their time looking for new clients. But when you can get your book out there, and we will show you how to get bestseller tags and using various techniques in manipulating the Amazon algorithms to work in your favor. What that does is now as people find your book, they can then find you. And so there's two techniques, and we'll delve into each of these in different videos. But one is selling the book, trying to make a good income off the book, and the other is giving that book away for free to bring in new clients. So it kind of depends on how you're going to want to be focusing that. So let's talk about how we're going to get this done. Okay. So all the components we're looking at here is, you've got to get a first draft done. We can show you how to get the whole book done in a week. There'll be separate videos for finding an editor, creating a book cover or finding the designer, writing a blurb, prepping an Amazon sales page, and of course creating the audiobook. So we've come back here to Kamal Ravikant and his book. As you can see, lots of reviews and everything. So then we Google, we try to look him up on Wikipedia. They don't even know who he is, right? He doesn't exist there. We don't know anything about his education, his background, anything. But nobody questions his expertise on the topic because he has a best-selling book on Amazon. Your book is your business card. It is how you get people to contact you about your business. And it is how you get new clients. And the beautiful thing is you only have to write it once, right? So let's talk about 1 week to first draft or more. So we contacted a client. He'd been wanting to write his book for years. He knew it was important to his business, and he just couldn't get around to it. So we contacted him on Monday, and we talked about the program we wanted to set up with him. And he agreed to be kind of our guinea pig to see how it would work for him. And so we began actually working on the project on Tuesday. And on Friday, he didn't have a first draft, but he had this first round of revisions. And so if he could have gotten that back to us that night, we would have revised it again on Saturday, sent it back to him for proofreading, get it back on Sunday, and then we would have the book cover out by then. And within 7 days, we can have everything done, ready to launch. So let's talk about how we do this. So he was really impressed with this. He couldn't believe it. It was so fast. It was scary, but I loved it. And the reason he was scared is I remember when we actually sat down to start the book itself. We'd finished the brainstorming. We'd finished the outlining. And he was just like, whoa, I didn't think we'd be doing this today. I was like, there's nothing left to do to prepare. look at your outline. He says, we've got 5 pages of outline here. You're ready to go. And so we started and we just cranked through it. It was really fast, really awesome. So the 2 problems people face in this is 1, not thinking they know enough to write a book, and 2 is not organizing it in a way that they can write it quickly. So the first thing is the brainstorm. You want to generate every idea and story in any order. You just want to throw it out there. If you watch the recorded video of him going through the process, you see he just says stuff. We write it down as he says it, no particular order. We then take that brainstorm and we convert it into an outline. We identify what are the big principles. We convert those to chapters. Then we start pushing those stories into those different chapters, different smaller principles, sub-ideas. And we will have a template for you on the website that will walk you through a few different ways to write a chapter. And once you've taken your brainstorm and converted it into an outline, there's going to be gaps in it as you plug it into the template. And then you fill in those gaps until all the chapters are completely filled out, and the introduction and the conclusion. So you can just sit down and go through it. Now, usually we recommend after you've got your template and your outline filled out, take a day and just kind of think about anything you may have missed or want to add, and it may come to you in the shower or laying in bed, but just letting that day of gestation take place, you'll find that there's probably a few things you want to add to the book that didn't come out in that first brainstorm and outlining session. Okay, so we're going to fill out the template. We already talked about that. The next thing you want to do is we want to speak the book, not necessarily hand write it. And the reason for this is that professional writers will write between 800 and 1,000 words an hour. But people can speak between 5,000 and 8,000 words in an hour. And so one of the things we say is you want at least a 20,000 word target here. So really what you need is about 3 hours of material. And even if you're having trouble hitting that 20K mark, we have ways to help fill out your book. And we will talk about those in another video on how to do that. So you can use a microphone, you can use your phone or whatever to record yourself speaking as you follow your outline you just wrote. And as I mentioned before, this is probably going to be, 2 to 3 hours. And then what we recommend is you can send it to a transcription service. So there are programs, Google Docs has it where you can speak and it'll write. There's Dragon software, you can speak and it'll write. The issue with those is that you have to learn how to do it. They're not 100% accurate, and you've got to learn to add in your own punctuations, new paragraph, new period, quotation mark. Sending it to a transcription service, they will put in all the paragraphs. Their grammar is usually spot on, and they'll take out all the little speechisms that you do, the ums, the uhs, the all those little things. You can tell them, take that out of my final transcript. And they can usually send it back to you in 24 hours. And this is one of the big things that lets people write this book in a week is you do your brainstorm, you do your outline, and then you record. Now, you do this on a Saturday, you can do all 3 of those in a day. Now, like I said, I usually recommend you take a day off after finishing the outline. But if you really want to rush this, you can do all of these in a day. So the transcription service are great. We use Rev, but you can Google a bunch and do some comparisons on your own. And that's how our client finished his first draft in 2 days. His day one, it took 1 day to get the transcript back, and then 1 day with the editor. 4 days after the process, he had a revised and edited manuscript. Something he had tried to get done for years. Something he knew his business needed. So with the in-depth training and the templates, I've mentioned this before, they're on our website. Now, everything is behind an email wall. So if you just sign up for the email, we will send you the password. All the trainings are free for the moment. And just depending on how everything goes, we plan to keep it that way. So, and then we offer a service for everything we show you and train you on. We do offer a service where we will take over that step. So if you get stuck somewhere, whether it be book covers or the expert interview, wherever you get stuck, you can then hire us to do that step for you. And for some people, they just need to get started. They have trouble getting started on the process. And so you can hire us. We can be a consultant walking you through the brainstorm, walking you through the outline. So all of that, so all the templates, all the trainings, all of those videos are free. Now, I will mention this here only because this is actually a company we contract out to, and they are having a limited time discount on it. And this is one of the best ways to promote yourself, and that is what's called the expert interview. I will show you one in just a moment. And they have an algorithm where they can get you on the front page of Google. Now, I don't know how many of you do this, but when I Google something, one of the first things I usually do is click over to video. And at the moment, the demand on SEO on Google videos is much lower than it is on the front page of just a normal Google search. And so this company can take your video, if you have this expert interview video, and they can put it right there on the front page. And they make the videos, they do all the SEO algorithm work to get you on the front page. They do a great job. So here's one of their videos, and this is what we highly recommend just because they got a limited time offer.
Thank you for joining us today. We're really excited because we've got a great market leader who's about to give you some incredible insider information that you can only get here. We all know that looking for the best professional for your needs can be intimidating, but here's a little secret. All you really need to know are the right questions to ask. And you're in luck because today's expert is here right now to help.
Hi, it's Brenda Blakesley with Southwest Ashiatsu Massage and Bodywork Academy. I'm often asked, how do you find ways to give more deep tissue therapy while keeping...
So I'm going to skip to the end of the video here.
Simply go to southwestashiatsu.com where you can find out how to enroll in classes and more about this amazing modality and its benefits. Or you can call us at 480-331-2744. I'm happy to help because therapists like you are the key to my success, and I achieve my goals one student at a time.
There you go. Pretty impressive, isn't it? With the right professional, your search will be quick and easy.
So that is the expert interview video, and it's really an easy process that they do. Is once you have signed up for their program, you then arrange a time where you call in with the producer, and he works with you, and between the two of you, you write the script because he doesn't know your business, right? So you've got to work with them to talk about the key points that you want to address in the video. And once they have enough raw footage and the completed script, then they will do the editing and get it back to you in a few days. And like I said, they can get you on the front page of Google, and you have this really powerful expertise establishing video there. It's called the expert interview. And they do a fantastic job with it. So that's it for this. For any more information that you want, you can head over to the website. There should be a link below if you're watching this on YouTube. Otherwise, you are probably watching it on the page itself. You sign up for the email list. We'll let you know when new training videos are available. When we've updated our templates, we'll let you know when there are discounts on any of the products. And we are working on developing a podcast to get you just more information, more people's stories as they work and try different things and give different things to work for them, so you can learn from their experience as well. So all of that, we will keep you updated when you sign up for the email list, and then you will get the password for all the training videos and everything. So I hope this has been worth your time. I've given you enough to get started. You should be able to sit down and really write that video. But if you're still not quite sure how to do it, there is a training video on the brainstorm and the template outline. So you can watch that, or you can watch a guy do his own brainstorming session and form his own outline. So like I said, hopefully we've got everything covered to get you started.